to a high standard production.
All right, man. Welcome back to 1-on-1 with Deuces, brought to you by Geekset. And this is the show where I speak with the creators, curators, culture pushers, and people you should know. And right now, man, I am speaking with a very, very, very special guest, man. Somebody that I truly respect the grind, respect the hustle, became a fan over the years, man. We're speaking with John. And now, is it Elie or Elie? I want to
John Elie.
John Elie. Because I heard two pronunciations of it. But John Elie, man, you might have recognized him from Insecure, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Issa Rae's brother, you know, and it's like just in general, like he's the Netflix show that you write on. So, man, what's going on? How are you doing, man?
I'm overwhelmed by the response on Ahmal this season. So the whole response of everybody, how they feel seen or how people are talking or how people responded to me being a heterosexual man playing what they call a gay black man, like all these responses, the love, the critiques, the everything is like very overwhelming and exciting because I knew what I was getting. I knew what I got myself into when I decided to audition and take on the role, and when they finally picked me to do the role. So it's exciting that it's like I'm learning so much. I'm seeing the love. It's just a lot. It's a lot, and I'm enjoying every bit of it.
But what's dope about the role in general, and you know, you brought it up, being a heterosexual man playing a gay man on the show. One of the things that I appreciated, like just looking into it, is that the research and the respect that you did, because you took the role and you came at the approach of you want to make sure that the representation is done right, and so you had some people that you can pull off of. And
had some people that could pull off of, people I could research and look into, because reputation is so important, and I want to make sure I presented a person before anything.
Right.
Because Ahmal is a person before anything. And it's also like I didn't want to harp too much on what his sexual preference is. It was more about who this person is and what he represents and what he talks about and his experiences he's been through. And some of these experiences that he's been through, I haven't been able to feel myself. So I lean on people to explain stuff like that and talk to me about what's going on in that world and ask questions, you know?
Yeah, and what's dope even too is because like the respect level, because even when you hear you talk about the people that you pull from, which was a roommate of yours and his partner, and like even the respect of you saying like, hey, you know, even outside of just me doing my research, like this is a friend, and I actually love their relationship to the point where like you were saying that like when you have your relationship, you want your relationship to have that much love there. And I think
that roommate is not, that wasn't the roommate I live with. That's my buddy. That's my homie.
That's your buddy. Okay.
That's my homie. Like his relationship is so dope. Like I remember they have the dopest relationship, period. Yeah. But like there was like I had like roommates before when I first moved to LA, like talking to them while we lived in the same house together.
Oh, okay.
But he's also had input on everything and let me know that like how serious it is and what I'm doing. And that I can't. And also I know he's real. He'll come for my head if I'm fucking up. You know what I'm saying? So.
But that's what good friends supposed to do and shit. Like you're supposed to have the friends that can check you. Like, hey, fam, this is not it and everything. So like that's really dope. But it's like you took away, like it wasn't just like you said, their sexual preference wasn't what made them. Like you looked them at as just people, as you should,
as everybody should. I think it's homophobics that make it hard, for a black gay man to move around in this world. Like that's like the thing that we're combating. Like I feel like I'm working on combating against. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like even within like within friend groups, within my parents being first generation. Like it's about moving away from the homophobic stereotypes of what it means to be a black gay man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely. And like I said, you're doing it well, because like I do see the love. I do see the fans, praising you for that representation, because it's not like you're making a mockery of it. It's not like you're not taking it serious or anything. Like, you take it serious. Like, even to the point where you said, like, even like when people think about people doing research, like, oh yeah, they probably just talked to a few people, but you actually had like a notepad. You was writing it down. You was having it, saying, to kind of reference back. And like, to me, that's a sign of somebody taking it serious. That's saying, like, look, I'm going to be doing this role, and I want to make sure that all, I cross all T's, dot all I's, and I want to make sure that I'm doing you guys justice. And that is like a true marksmanship of your craft. That's like you saying, taking that craft serious, man.
Yeah, and also I'm still learning. I'm still learning and growing. Still learning and growing and understanding the culture too. So like that's also a part of it too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I want to make sure that people know that, like, I'm not looking at it as my way is the right way. It's my version. It's my version of it, and I'm still learning and still growing, and still people are like letting me know what's what.
Yeah.
So that's very important to me. The dialogue that's been sparking around lately is very important to me. All that, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and I think it also helps with the vehicle that you're on. Like, Insecure right now is so important to the culture. Like,
it's on the pulse of the culture, man.
It's touching so many aspects. So like, you play a very, very critical role, because that is an aspect of the culture that needs to be, highlighted, addressed, talked about. And I think that like that show was the perfect platform for this.
Yeah, man. Like, I enjoy it, man. I enjoy. I'm having a good time, bro. I'm having a really.
And I can tell, because also just like looking into some of the interviews you did, and it's like it's changing a lot of the stereotypes of a black man in general, right? Because like you said, you are a heterosexual black man playing a gay role, which some black people would probably would shy away from. But then you also
immature, and most of the time the reason why they're shying away from it is because they're homophobic.
Yeah.
So it's like people are nervous about that. But like, to get back to it, man, it's like, I'm an actor, so I want to challenge myself as an individual, and I also want to understand what's going on and what's out there in the world, and not shy away from stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also we're growing people, so we're also growing and learning and becoming more aware of the people around us in our circles and everything like that.
Yep. And then, like I said, like, just in the same realm of just changing the stereotype of a black man and stuff like that, you talked about, like, on your spare time, you do a lot of thrill seeking, because you said that you went skydiving.
Yeah.
The fact this how I knew that it wasn't all cap either, because like you went jet skiing, like, and then you said hang gliding, but then you were like hang gliding was whack, and I was like, wait, how? Because I'm not doing any of them, but still.
Hang gliding is whack, bro. It's so whack, bro. Like, you literally, like, the excitement part is jumping off the mountain. Like, when you jump off the mountain, it's like, oh shoot. But then you're like in the air for like 15 minutes, just gliding around. You're like, all right, can we do like a flip or something? You're like, nah.
All right. Okay, so that makes sense, because that gives context. You like the stuff to happen while you're doing it.
While I'm having, because when you skydiving, you're falling.
Yeah.
And you could flip while you're in the air. You could go fast, slow down. There's so much stuff that could happen. When you're cliff diving, you're literally like jumping off the mountain and you're like going straight into the water. Like, that whole part is very fun. When you're zip lining, like, if you're not jumping, if you're not going fast enough, you can stop and you have to turn around. You got to pull yourself across. Yeah. It just makes you so alive. Yeah. There's like this alive feeling that happens. Awakens that in the moment stuff that happens when you're doing those type of things. Now,
so I wonder, because so this gets me to my next question, because I saw the clip of you, and then like you got some gymnastics, you can do some flips and stuff like that. And I know that you've been putting it in the universe, that you ready for that Marvel call. Like, I know that you said Black Voodoo,
Brother Voodoo.
Sorry about the Brother Voodoo, and then
Gentle.
Yeah, Gentle. Yeah. So like, it goes into like those movies, when you think about it, like, there's actors that they don't really necessarily always use the stunt double, like Tom Holland, like he does all his own.
Yeah, Tom Holland has a stunt double.
Well, no, he has a stunt double, but he does a lot of his own.
Of course. That dude's fire. That dude's not like, he's the best Spider-Man
Oh, hands down, bro.
Out of all of them.
Hands down.
Out of all of them, he's the best one. He looks the part.
Yeah.
He acts like the Spider-Man that we read in the comics. Like he's such a lovable guy. Like he embodies Spider-Man, man.
Yeah.
Like so good. So good.
So why Brother Voodoo and Gentle? Like why are those two the ones that are you attracted to?
Brother Voodoo represents the Haitian culture, the Haitian community.
That's what I figured.
Gentle's just story is very dark. Yeah. And so I like his story. I like the fact that he doesn't want to cause problems. But things started happening in his life where he has to get involved. Yeah. And it comes from like years of trauma that his mother put on him. So it's such a dark upbringing, character analysis of this person that I want to explore. You know what I'm saying? Like you can really explore this character and like why he does what he does and why he got to how he got to where he is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think and that's what I was looking into when I was like doing that research, because I was like, okay, so Brother Voodoo, I can see that because you are a Haitian American, and so like I can see where that connection comes from, and I think that probably would be dope because then it crosses a couple of your benchmarks that you like to do, because I know that even with your production company, one of the things that you really want to do is shed more light on the Haitian community, and then I know that you have that series that you're working on. I don't know if it's been picked up or not, but I know that you've been working.
Not yet. We're in the works of that. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, but I know that that's also the story. Now, is that story loosely based off of yours? Based off of you?
Yeah, loosely based off of me. Like I'm taking my story amongst with other people and the other writer that was with me, which is Mike. We're going to be doing a table read on Friday for his project, The Architect.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're doing it live on Instagram, and that's going to be really, really fun. So y'all should tune in on that.
Oh, I'm definitely going to tune
in. And it's loosely based on me. Like, first off, I'm a first generation Haitian American.
Yep.
I've decided to come to LA to pursue a career. My brother was murdered, so therefore I was for like the last 10 years I've been dealing with that trauma and all that stuff like that. So it was like a way for me to speak on it and speak on what my mindset was going through.
Right.
And then just like being there for my niece and my mom and navigating this whole Hollywood thing with no blueprint, no roadmap.
Right.
I think people will think that is like people really enjoy that story, that journey, Yeah. And it's also coming from like from a male's perspective, which we don't really have a lot of. There's not a lot of characters like that right now.
Yeah. And so first off, rest in peace to your brother, man. I didn't know that aspect of it. Like I knew the story behind Send Help, but I didn't know that that part was also close to home. So yeah, but that's dope because like I said, because one of the things about anime in general, right, is like once people get past like the stereotype of what anime is, anime has really amazing stories, right? And so like when you think about your writing and everything like that, and like just coming from that, like there's most anime they come from a place that hit home. Like it's something that you can relate to. Like it really tugs at your heartstrings when you're watching some of these shows. So I can see that.
Yeah, like Deku. Deku from My Hero Academy. Yeah. That man went through it. Like he wanted to be something so badly.
Yeah.
And no matter what it took, even if it would kill him, he went into battle to save this dude, Baku. The dude is just he's amazing, man. Like he's amazing, and that's what awarded him. That's what for. If you guys haven't watched My Hero Academy, I don't know if you should be here if you're not watching My Hero Academy. Like,
most of our listeners definitely have watched because we talked about.
All right, cool. So for him to like jump in there when Baku was getting eaten by that monster. Yeah. And then for the All Might to see that, like, all right, cool. Yeah, you got heart. Your heart is what got you to where you at.
That's
like,
what got him. That's what got him the power is that heart and that dedication. And that's and like I find myself gearing towards a lot of characters like that. Like, like even in Black Clover, Asta, like same thing. Like, what I'm saying? He didn't have any magic. They what I'm saying? So like, but like he ended up getting like the dark grimoire, and then everybody's like, nah, he don't got any magic, but then he's that dude. So it's just like it's one of those things that is like you have no choice but to rock with the underdog because like their dedication and their their drive is what gets them to where they're at, to where they become the best in whatever setting that they're in.
Exactly. Even like in Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
Homie literally watched his father pass away in front of him, and he swore revenge and followed this man that killed his father for 10 some years.
Yeah.
Just to find a way to wash him up. Like, yo, like this is crazy. It's crazy.
What's funny about that, because like I can tell that Vinland Saga is definitely one of your tops, because I see you always putting people on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you'll see people on your timeline that you follow, and then you'll hear, like, I'll see them like, oh yeah, I just finished this, or and you like, but did you watch Vinland Saga though? Like,
yeah, dog. That thing is raw.
Yeah.
And like I remember when I stumbled on Demon Slayer.
Yep. I
was like, oh, dog, you're doing all this for your sister, bro. You're amazing. Like,
it's funny because Demon Slayer, like usually, so I got onto Demon Slayer late, but usually like you see the ones with all the hype and you're like, it's not going to match up to the hype. When I was like, okay, yep, I can understand why that's winning anime of the year, why it's doing this. Like when we was last year we was at Crunchyroll Expo, and we was there covering it, doing a live podcast from Crunchyroll Expo. But like the amount of cosplayers that as Demon Slayer, like, because usually when we go there, you see a lot of like the Dragon Ball or My Hero, but this one, like Demon Slayer, was heavily there, and that's when I knew it. I was like, oh yeah, this definitely took over right now.
Yeah, Demon Slayer. The graphics, the storyline, like everything about Demon Slayer is just fire. Like everything, man.
So Vampire Hunter, that's what got you into anime. That was your first anime that you watched, you said, right?
Oh, where did I say that before?
Hey man, listen, I do my research, man.
Yeah, Vampire Hunter D was my favorite. Was one of my favorite animes, bro. Like, when the fuck did I say that? No, like, yeah, Vampire Hunter D was definitely my first. The hand, the eye, like, I was like, this dude is nuts. And it was so raw. Like, all the graphics were raw as hell. I was like, yeah, this is what got me in. Cause like I watched that, then I watched Dragon Ball Z.
And that's what I was going to say, which is funny because most black people, like when I talk to them about anime, the first thing they bring up is Dragon Ball Z. Like that's like, because I feel like us as black people, like we can relate to that ASAP. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Saiyans, pretty much black people, you know what I'm saying? We oppressed, you know what I'm saying? We got to fight against the most to try to be the best, but and like, but then like the action just in general, Goku and everything that he goes through, and just seeing that growth, like we relate to that. So that's usually everybody's first anime that they get into, because it's easily recognizable, easily something that you can get into, because there is for those who actually watch Dragon Ball, there's a whole bunch of story in it. But from at first glance, if you watch it, you don't really need to even know the story to jump into it. You just know that Goku is this dude, and he's fighting against.
And whenever he's done dealing with this bullshit, he's gonna level up to beat up some other
right.
He's gonna level up to beat this motherfucker.
Right. So the fact that you know what I'm saying, that you had an introduction from something different, like that's pretty dope, because then like it's like, and especially just something of that caliber, you know what I'm saying, that's something that usually people have to tell you, like, hey, well, you need to try this and get into that. So like Vampire Hunter D, Guyver, was another dope one. He's Ninja Scroll, Cowboy Bebop, like Ninja Scroll. Ooh, when Ninja Scroll came out, that was the one.
That was.
So
go ahead.
So with you being like having that love of anime and everything, and just now being in this industry, and you're also doing your writing and production company, have you thought about doing any of like black anime or trying to present that at all? Because I know that there's been a lot. Like, we had like what was the one on Netflix? I just watched it.
Cannon Buster?
Yeah, Cannon Buster. And then I know Trill League just got picked up by 50. So 50's working with Trill League.
I think Trill League's gonna be fire. I think Trill League, I love the characters from Jump. This is another guy I saw recently. I don't remember his name, but basically he's like has all these superheroes who have useless powers.
Yeah.
and then like trying to sign up. It was funny as hell. He's like this guy named Catman, and like, what's your power? He's like, oh, I can make cats fight. He's the black dude is like, how does that help? He's
like how does that help anything?
If a cat is fighting to the death, is it not distracting? I'm like, wait, what?
So it's the master of distraction.
Yeah.
Hey, that's wild.
Yo,
wow.
that had me crying,
That's
bro.
wow. But have you thought about like jumping into or dabbling into that at all?
Yeah, look, if I continue drawing like I did when I was a kid, bro, I would be drawing anime characters all day long. And during this time, I would have been drawing a series. Like I have an animated series that I want to do called Think Like Jerome, Act Like Tom, which is about a black man entering the white world for the first time and how he navigates it without losing his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wanted to do that. I'm still working on getting that done, but that's like on the back burner since Send Help is like making so much noise.
Yeah.
So, but that's definitely, the anime is definitely a route I want to go. Black anime is definitely a route I want to go, man. Like, my boy can draw, and I'm trying to get him convinced to like, yo, fam, just start drawing all these characters. And if you can't animate, it's cool. I'll pay someone to animate it. Yeah. Just draw all the puppets that I need, so therefore we can just make this thing happen. Yeah. I'm just trying to convince him to do that right now.
That'd be dope. And that's where, you know, I know like with your production house, I know that this year your focus was, you said you want to focus on a lot about writing, producing, and, you know, launching and getting that up and running with the Bassett House picture. So it's like, I know that like now, and you're slowly building your team. Because if I'm not mistaken, when I looked at it, and it may have grown since then, but on your website, it's you and 2 other people, right?
Yep.
2 other people. So, And so like, you know, and then I know that personally with you, like you really like to, it's all about representation. So that's why like I think that would be dope. And I like the fact that most of the black animations that we're seeing out there, whether it is Boondocks or whatever the case may be, it is led by black people to actually tell the story. You know, that's one of the things that I was like, I respected, you know, I always respected Aaron Magruder, but one of the things I respected was when he walked away from season 4 is because like, when you think about, like I always tell people, when you think about the Boondocks and you watch it, like Huey and Riley is the story in general, because you have the person that is the black extremist and you have the person that's the stereotypical black person, right? And so when you have both of them, and when you look at all his episodes, yes, Riley's going to be Riley, Huey's going to be Huey, but there's still a message to it. So in season 4, when the white people tried to take over, they were just giving them ideas saying, well, we got to talk about this story. And Aaron McGruder was like, there's no message in that. I don't want to do that. And they kept on trying to force his hand, so he walked away. And that's why that season was so bad, because it didn't have the essence of the show. The essence of the show wasn't just to poke fun. You left with a message after each episode. And that's that representation that's needed in that writer's room, because it showed in that writer's room if you don't have
my nigga live and dies by that writer's room, man. That writer's room is like Insecure's writer's room is fire, bro. Like, man, the way they write the character, the way they voice their opinion, everybody's represented in that room. So it's so good. Like a lot of times, some people are like, yo, did you improv that line? I was like, nah, they wrote that. Like that was them. They wrote that in the thing. You know what I'm saying? So that writer's room representation in the writer's room is so important.
So I got a question. So with you being an actor and a writer as well, like in those type of scenarios, like how is that something where you speak up and say, hey, you know, I would like to participate in this writer's room, or do you wait for an opportunity?
I tried it one time. They still there like, nah, bro. I tried it. I was like, hey man, I just want to see what the writer's room look like. Can I be in there and like help out? They're like, nope. I was like, oh, okay, all right. But they do allow me to play sometimes while we're shooting. When we're shooting, they allow me to like riff and say some stuff. Like, and one of the lines that was a riff from season 2 was, "Don't bring no niggas in the house unless I'm fucking them. No shoes in the house." And then like I started riffing on I started saying their lines. So that was like a riff that I put on there.
That's dope.
Another one was this most recent season, episode 3. Issa and I were playing in the car, like we were talking and playing in the car, and I said, "Oh, well, that's what my therapist said." That was an improv line that I said in the moment after talking. So like, there's certain times where I get to play, but most of the time those are their lines. They wrote all that stuff.
So even the back and forth with Kelly, because I feel like I thought that was all improv.
Oh no, Kelly's all improv. Kelly's a beast. So Kelly's a monster, bro. Like, she's a monster. So I try with Kelly, but Kelly is just no, like she's like some of the line. I think some of the lines in that whole 3-way scene was improv, but most of them I was like kind of like staying on the lines. But Kelly's a monster. Like, she's also in the Rising Room. She's so good, bro.
She is.
Like,
She's one of my favorite. But like that last episode where y'all like where she was putting on the fake accent and y'all was going back and forth, I was like, yeah, that's like I never thought that would. I thought that was all improv, and I was like, yo, they chemistry is on point.
Dog, they wrote it like that, bro. Like they wrote. So what do you think about Brick Six? You know what I'm saying? Like, all that was all them writing that in the room. They all wrote that in the room, bro. Like,
well, you bodied that role, bro. Like that moment, like I gave it all to you because I was like, yo, bro, a beast right there. Yeah, so you bodied that part.
They did that. They did that.
Yeah, man. So question now. So like, all right. So your actual getting into acting was like, even you stumbled into it because you went through it off of a radio ad, and then you realized it was a scam. Which props to that, because you know what, I've been in those type of situations where you're like, man, this feel like a fucking scam, and then you gotta get out of it. But you took that situation and learned from it. You said, all right, this was like, it turned out what it was, because you end up getting picked, and then that's when they started asking you for money. But then he was like, all right, well, so then let me go ahead and start doing more. And when you start doing more and more research, looking into things, and start taking acting classes and everything like that. But knowing that, so before, was the writing before, or did the writing come after?
Writing came after, because I wasn't getting the jobs I wanted. So I'm auditioning. The acting process is a very, very tough process, bro.
Yeah.
You can audition, you could book something, and then you don't book anything for a month, like for like 5-6 months or a year. You just don't book.
Yeah.
Or because one job doesn't say, oh, that person has arrived, he can do it. You literally have to do job after job after job, and work begets work. And right now I'm hot. I feel like I'm in a hot pocket. So now it's time for me to pivot, move, make things happen while everybody is hearing my name, everybody seeing me. And you got to really move, but you also got to be prepared when that time comes. So writing came when there was a project I wanted and I didn't get. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to tell the story myself. Yeah. And I started writing. I started creating and writing the stories I want to tell. Then I got offered a job, like after like doing Vine videos for a while with Viners. I got offered a job to direct a music video, and that got me into directing music videos.
That was what Darius Hay was, right? Or
Darius? No, Darius Hay wasn't the first one. The first one never came out because the artists, they broke up. The band broke up. So the first one after Darius, the band that broke up was for Brandon Torrey. Okay. And that ended up becoming the visual for one of his songs that got picked up, that won the Timbaland concert for the Lenovo computer.
Yeah.
So that music video ended up on all the Lenovo computers when you buy that computer.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
So doing that Lenovo commercial music video, that got me another job where I started directing an ad for this app called Beam. Now the app never really came to fruition, but the app was so fire. I think the marketing was not really up to par, but the app was fire. Because it told you where the clubs or lounges or places were popping, so you could just go there. If you're at a spot and you're bored, you can go on that app and find a new spot to go to. Right. That's popping. Yeah.
No, that sounds dope. So outside of those 3 videos. Have you done any other music videos, or that was it at that point?
Darius Haywood, another one for Darius Haywood, another one for Brandon Torrey, another one for Brandon Torrey that's recently for his album that's coming out. It's like we did a trailer. We shot a trailer for it.
That's what's up. Yeah.
And there's a couple other like liquor commercials and stuff like that I've shot the commercials for, ads for. Yeah.
That's dope, because one thing too, like you said that you do listen to a lot of underground, or not necessarily like the A-list artists. Now, obviously, I mean, you still listen to, like you said, J. Cole, Kendrick, and things like that. But like you did when you were listening, like what's on your playlist, you said that there was a lot of underground artists, and so like with that, is that just something that you just like, you like to hear that raw music, or is like why? What's the attraction to the underground artists?
Come up story. Most of those artists are talking about the come up, and the process of coming up, and what they had to do to get to that point, that point they're at now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Me myself, I'm still on the come up, so like I'm still growing, and I like hearing the stories of people articulate, or how they're able to articulate the story of coming up. Yeah. My favorite song, I was on a podcast the other day, and my favorite song I was telling them was Meek Mill's "Dreams to Nightmares." Like
makes sense.
That whole come up story was dope, and I like the storytelling within them, within the up and coming, the underground, or the people that's true to their shit, true to their stuff is like beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for my listeners, I would have to, they would get on me if I don't do the shameless plug, but like I'm an artist myself, and I got this album called My Unapologetic Black Thoughts that kind of, it stem from like, the racial tension and everything that we deal with. I definitely would like to slide it to you just to get your thoughts on it. It's a mix between spoken word and music. So yeah.
Send it my way, man. Like I also like with Send Help, when I created the pilot presentation, I put nothing but unknowns in that.
Wow, that's dope. That's super
dope. I put nothing but unknowns in that. And the music just carries a vibe through the whole thing, man. Through the whole thing. So I'm always looking for dope music that like I resonate with, that helps me write and tell a story through that music.
No, that's super dope. That's really dope. So let's talk about some of your other projects. So I mean, you have the first one, I think that was that Dispel one. That was the sci-fi one, right?
Dispel. Oh, that's I didn't produce that. So basically, what we're doing is with Bass House Pictures, we're curating films from up and coming.
Dope.
So right now we're curating films. So Dispel was a project that came through one of our events that we had. We have an event called Screen That Night. So we get up and coming filmmakers. We grab like all their films. We grab like 6 films. We put it on a block. We watch it. We all watch it with a bunch of filmmakers, executives, producers in the room. We all watch it together. And then we have a panel where we talk to the producers and the executive, and up and coming filmmakers can ask those executives, like, how do I get my project out there? How do I get my project to the platform I want it to be on? How can I get a development deal to make this into a bigger thing? And like, so we can down on it. And also I create a community for people to just meet and talk and collaborate with one another, versus like trying to like seeing them already out there. And it's like, now you're trying to get in contact with them. You can meet the person right there next to you. And the next Ava DuVernay is sitting right next to you. The next Denzel Washington sitting right next to you. Like all these people are sitting next to you, and people are not paying attention because they're so busy looking out at the star versus seeing the star that's sitting right next to them. Like, oh, man, I'm always reaching out to the people. If I see you, I just saw you on a show. I'm like, yo, I fucking like what he's doing. I'm gonna write you like, hey, bro, I love what you're doing, man. Would love to like sit down and talk to you and possibly connect with you at some point in time, because I write and get stuff done. Let's meet. Like one of my buddies, Andre, I was just on the Bushwick Film Festival panel, and we were talking about how we first met. I saw him in a short film. Yep. I wrote him, and then when I came to New York to premiere my short film, A Gentleman Always, I told him, hey, come with me to the red carpet. Come kick it with me on this. Come kick it with me at this event. And he came with me and kicked it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now we have a good friendship.
Yeah. So what's also dope is that like this wasn't even like the path that you wanted to go at first, because you said that you wanted to be a scientist, where like even to the fact that you try to create a time machine and that it seemed like it was going to work at first.
It seemed like it. It seemed like it. Yeah, man, I love science, bro. Like science is dope. That's why I like sci-fi. I like the whole Marvel world. I like anything that has to do like sci-fi, thriller, and crime. Like I'm into it. Or historical fantasy. Like I'm into it.
What was that? There was a movie on Netflix. Dang, I'm blanking out, where it was a little black girl and a black boy, and they did create that time machine, but they kept on going back trying to prevent her brother's murder.
Yeah. That was a Spike Lee joint.
Yeah. But you know what's like? It's funny because a lot of people don't realize that like black kids love science. Because I remember the same as a kid. I used to get the fake chemistry set where it was really just like food coloring and like sodium and stuff like that. But you mix things up. I used
to dissect everything, bro. I used to dissect everything and put it in that microscope. Yeah. Like if I got cut, I'm like, let me put this on little petri dish so I can take a look at this thing and see what's going on in here. Like I'm trying to like understand. Like you have all these theories in your head and you just want to figure it out. You know, I love science, bro.
Have you tried the anime Dr. Stone yet?
I tried it. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it, man.
I fuck with Dr. Stone. That was one.
Someone suggested that one. They suggested that one, and there's like this one called Fire. It's like a firefighter one where he's like a firefighter, and he uses his fire powers.
Oh, okay. I don't think I tried that one yet. I'm about to check it out.
Yeah, someone was telling me about it the other day because I was like, fuck, I just finished all my anime. I need something new. There's another one. I don't know the name of it, but it's the one about gambling.
Okay.
It's this private school with a bunch of kids are gambling and the thrill of gambling. And one girl who just moved to a new school, she is trying to get everybody to play the game for real. Everybody plays the game they know they can cheat at. And she is like, nah, we're going to play for real stakes. Yeah. With real stakes. And everybody is like in love with her. In love with her for that because she's making the game pure again. Okay. And the game stopped being pure and she's now making the gambling pure once again at the school. It's really good, bro.
I'm about to check it out because I think the last one that I watched, I mean, we watched Beastars, you know what I'm saying, to see on Netflix. And that what was funny is because like, you know, that brought out like the furry community. And then like the last interview that I did with, I don't know if you've seen, where it was like an artist, he had drew like these Lion King characters, but like super swagged out. It was like Scar.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. So I interviewed the guy that did it, and he was saying that what's funny is like he had put it out just because he loves Lion King, but it came out like he put it out like probably like 3 days after Beastars happened. And Beastars, like it plays with like this, it's like this very promiscuous rabbit. And so like it's like it has like that sexual tension in it. So it's funny because like we had posted his picture on our Facebook page and it blew up. And it was like the comments, it was women calling Scar's daddy and saying that it. And he was like, bro, I didn't expect this coming from. And I was like, hey, it was like perfect time. It was like people was talking about this relationship in Beastars, which is these animals, and now they see this. I was like, fam, there's more people that's fucking with the furries, the furries more than we thought.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. A lot of people love anime on the low. They just don't be talking about it. They just don't be talking about it, man.
Yeah. And what you know, and it's funny because like those memes that they put out, I always say it's like. So like I have my hood dudes that I, you know what I'm saying, that I'm trying to put onto anime, but every time I put them on, like they watching the one fan service episode. So they're like, wait, this is what it's about? I'm like, bro, it's more than titties. Like yeah, they gonna show some titties.
Sure. Like there's some story to these there. You gotta look past. I'm like, they're just accentuating the body to get you in it, but there's so much story happening.
Yeah, and so
like for Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
it was one.
I love Attack on Titan, bro. That is my show.
So much story happening. Yeah. I can't stand Aaron's voice, but everything else is so good.
I got into Attack on Titan late because, like, so after I started diving a little bit more into anime and everything, I was like, I remember seeing it on not on Adult Swim where they show it, right? So this is what actually grabbed me. It was that very, very first scene.
So you watched it with the English?
I watched both. Because my daughter, she loves anime and she says she can't read it so fast. So I watch the regular sub and then I'll go back and watch the dub with her so that way she can watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen the dub.
Okay.
I've been watching it straight, anime straight from there. From all the anime I watch, they're not dubbed over. The only one I watched that's dubbed over is the gambling one I was just telling you about.
Yep.
And what's that dude's name? He's like a kickboxer.
Who, Baki?
Baki, yes.
Yeah. Baki was beastie. Baki was beastie, bro. But what got me into Attack on Titan, because it was like I remember seeing like the commercials and I never watched it. And I just thought it was just like giants, you know what I'm saying, just goat, eating them, right? So then when I watched it and I saw it when he chomped Aaron's mom and then the blood splattered and hit his face, I was like, what is this? And I was hooked from that point.
My cousin called me. My cousin called me and told me about it. He said, look, stop whatever you're doing. Go watch Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let me go check it out. And I was like, yo, what?
Crazy.
Bro.
And the last season, they took it to a whole nother level. Like Captain Levi is one of the most beastiest anime characters. Because the way he took it out on the Beast Titan, that shit was crazy. So getting more back into like your writing and everything, because you said that you one of the projects that you definitely want to do is you want to do like a long, intricate story, kind of like Game of Thrones, Son of Anarchy, and stuff like that. Have you started writing anything, or is this still just an idea right now?
It's just the idea right now. So right now it's just the idea. I want to get this story made about the African before colonization happened, and tell our stories and our folklores and our and everything that like we've been through before Europeans came into play.
That'd be a dope ass story,
bro. It'll be fire. So like I'm doing research as far as like finding who the historians are, who knows so much about it, who talks about it the most. And there's this guy on YouTube I've been looking at, and he's definitely someone I'm like, all right, cool. He'd be a source material person to talk to and figure out which empire I want to attack first.
Right.
Or even have it with the empire where Europeans are traveling, but you're still dealing with what's happening in the African world first. Like everything else is outside source. And I love how Viking does it when they're speaking another language.
Viking's dope.
Yeah, when they go to like Europe, you hear what they speak in Norway, right? They see how they talk. But when they're in Norway, they speak English. That's like the type of vibe I'm going to like try to incorporate in it and work that stuff out.
Yeah. So speaking of like those type of shows and everything, because I know that you were watching Game of Thrones, and did you ever give your take on that last season?
Since the season should have ended when Arya killed the White Walker, honestly.
I think so. Yeah.
It should have ended there.
Yeah.
Jon Snow back to the wall. Bran is the king now.
That pissed me off because I was like, when he did his whole speech and he was like, "Who has a better story than Bran the Broken?" I was like, "Nigga, literally everybody. What are you talking about?" Like,
and then also, you couldn't give your brother a pardon, like.
Yeah. No, there was a lot within that show that kind of like.
And then Cersei's died in such a loving way.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. So all right. So what we do in general, like I said, when we with our listeners, we like to do what's called a top 5, right? So I want to kind of get some top 5s from you. We're going to do 2. There's going to be one within your respective realm and then just kind of one within like the culture and everything. So I do want to get, what is your top 5 animes right now?
Vinland Saga, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academy, Attack on Titans. I'm missing one, right?
Yeah.
Ninja Scroll.
Ninja Scroll?
No, that wasn't a series. You saying series, right?
It doesn't matter. It could be anything. Just anything that's within the anime realm.
Damn, Akira. Like I can't forget Akira.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, that's
that's fine.
dope. No, I respect that list. I respect that list. All right, so this one's gonna be more so within your within your realm of it. Like directing, writing, either or. Top 5 directors, writers that you for you.
Director's eyes for me. Uh, Barry Jenkins, David Finch, Lulu Wong, Ryan Coogler, uh, Calmatic right now.
Okay, that's a dope list. That's a dope list. Have you talked to any of them at all? Like, have you ever had a chance to chop it up, pick
I
their
talked
brain?
to Calmatic. I was trying to get Calmatic to direct another project that I'm like currently writing. I'm trying to have him like be the director to that and help me with that. That'd be dope.
So outside of the stuff that you're already working on, what is your Moby Dick? What is your White Whale? The role that you would love to either do or I mean, because you already told us a story that you want to tell, but what is a role that you would love to portray?
A role I would love to portray. It's hard. I don't know. I'm either writing it or I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
That's like so. One role. You know what? I could say this. Gentle. I would love to play Gentle.
Yeah.
I would love to play Gentle because I feel like it's a character that nobody really knows,
Mm-hmm.
and being an unknown person to come in and do that role would give it so much life. Because if you don't know me and you never seen me do anything like that, like play a character like that, it gives the character so much more legitimacy.
Yeah.
You know
100.
what I'm saying? Like that would make the role so much fun because like I'm exploring it, where everybody's growing with this one character nobody ever really talked about.
And you get to set the standard of what that character is or like how it should be. So even if that later on is done, then it's like, okay, well, this is what
Mhm.
God did. So this is the standard on how this character should.
This is where the bar is, and
Yeah.
now we can pass his bar. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of shit I want to do.
Yeah. All right. So what are you? So I'll just for our listeners and everything. What are you working on right now? What's next for you right now that's coming up?
Send help, trying to working on getting that at home. This movie I did with Kerry Williams called Romeo and Juliet. That's gonna be coming out probably in the film festival circuit, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Living practical and continue watching Insecure because we're still on right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because yeah, this season has been a crazy season. So this crazy season. All right. Well, where can my people find you, man?
You can find me on all same name, different app. Jean Elie. That's JeanElie. Same name, different app. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that. And then if you want to follow my production company, it's at Bassett House Pictures. So it's Bassett House Pick. So you can go on that, become a roomie, and to become a roomie, you're helping me create more content, keep the foundation of Bassett House running and operating. So become a roomie, you can help me with that whole process, and that's a great way to support me in what I'm trying to do.
Sweet. And one last question. So we always end all of our episodes with a recommendation that we should think that listeners should check out. It could be anything from a movie, a book, anime, comic, whatever.
Book,
What recommendation would you like to give the listeners?
read An American Marriage. An American Marriage is a book I read last year, and I never yelled at the page so many times. I never yelled at the pages so many times in my life.
Yeah.
So read American Marriage. That's a really, really good book. You'll enjoy it.
All
I
right.
think everybody will enjoy it.
Dope. All right. Well, this has been one-on-one with Deuces, man. It's been John Elie. It's been Young Deuces. This is the Geekset podcast, the only place that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together. Appreciate you, man. You're
Yo, thanks
100.
for having me, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Be
Awesome.
good.